What's up, everybody? Hey, I'm super excited for you guys to check out this episode. I got Travis Smith. Man, let me tell you something. I learned a lot during our conversation today. Just a lot of knowledge being dropped, a lot of perspective that I would have never recognized if I hadn't heard it from somebody else. And we get a lot into the fitness lifestyle. We get a lot into goals, dreams, and aspirations, stuff like that. But we get down to the nitty gritty of just like consequences coming back to haunt us almost, and knowledge that has been passed down through life experiences that you would really only get if you had gone through it yourself. So super excited for you guys to check this out. I hope you enjoy it. This is an absolute one of my favorite episodes that we've had. So I hope you guys feel the same. Check it out. Here we go.
I mean, if you have the knowledge to do it, why not?
But I don't. That's what I'm saying. Everything's trial and error.
Is okay, so that you didn't do shit like this back when you were younger.
Never. One day I just decided. So I got into, I have a weight loss TikTok, right? Mm-hmm. And then I got I think it's 85,000 followers. And I was talking to them through their comments, and people were like, you should start a podcast, because sometimes I get on there and just talk. It's not a funny video. It's not a viral this. It's not. I'm just talking man, I'm really fucking hungry today. So I'm just going to let you guys know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this and this and this to avoid binge eating. You know what I mean? And somebody was like, hey, you should start a podcast talking about this stuff. And I was like, well, shit. Because I wanted to do podcasting since I was 12 years old. Before it was even a big thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Then vlogging.
But I just never got into it because I didn't know how, And so I was just well, the fucking people that have big YouTube blogs and all that stuff, at one point they didn't know how either. They just bought some cameras, got some mics, and just started fucking around until it came, So that's what I'm doing. I'm telling you, dude, I've ran into every single issue that you could run into. Mic's not working. Mic's cutting out halfway through. Camera's cutting out halfway through. Not having any audio. Dude, every fucking thing that you can come up with.
Goodness.
You want some water, dude?
May I have one of those? Yes, please. Thanks.
Here, you can have both of these. And, that's it.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So, we're going. We're live right now, and I just wanted to know, I know very little about you, and from the stalking that I've done on Facebook and Instagram, but where'd you come from? Where'd you grow up?
So myself, I was born and raised in Chicago, and then I call myself a Midwest mutt, because I'm up and down the Midwest. Spent young years in Chicago, spent middle years in Kansas, whether it be Western Kansas out there near Dodge City, Boot Hill, Yeehaw. Okay. When I was in Garden City, Kansas out there, or I was in Eastern Kansas. My dad coached at KU for a little bit.
Okay.
Back when KU was actually good, so I did a little bit of. I got to live out there in northeast Kansas, and then I was in Texas for a little bit. I was following a dream, so I moved there my senior year of high school just so I get my stock up for football.
Oh, for football.
Yeah. So
okay.
It's just one of those things where senior year, stay in Kansas. Go to Texas.
Okay.
Did
you ever get to play?
So I went to high school, played down there, and then I ended up going to college in Iowa. So I was in Iowa.
Good football out there.
Well, I went to a D3 school.
Okay.
It was D3, so it wasn't it was top line, but we ended up going to Division II, and that's when it got a little bit more serious, and scholarships could start being laid out, and we started getting to play competition that is now Division I FCS. So it's kind of cool to be able to be a transition, see different competition and stuff like that. So it was cool. Iowa was a lot of fun, and then got into retail actually.
So I saw a couple pictures, and dude, you're hefty now. You're huge now, and I don't know if it's the camera playing tricks, but there's some pictures on your Instagram where you look like just a little guy.
No,
like a skinny dude.
So I wasn't real. So in college, I really wasn't that big.
Okay.
I was a small linebacker. I was the new age linebacker back in my time, because I graduated college in 05. Right. No, I graduated 07, but so. It was one of those things where I was never that big, and I just got, I guess as you get older, you learn more things, do more things, and kind of get the size that you get to now. But honestly, I didn't understand lifting at that time.
Okay.
Which is funny because.
But I totally understand that. Like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, no, like I just lifted for sports. I was more agility style lifting, where I had homies who were lifting for size, but I didn't understand that. Mm-hmm. I would lift and I'm lifting for strength, but didn't understand the lifting for actual aesthetics.
Okay.
And I didn't understand aesthetics, honestly, till about, I would say, what about 37? Probably like.
You're 37?
Yeah.
You're not fucking 37,
honestly,
bro.
I'm 38 in November.
For real?
Yeah.
Dude, I
graduated high school in 01.
I thought you were I thought we were the same age. I'm about to be 30 next week.
Shit, I
thought we were the same.
No, honestly, I get that a lot. Like, I get 10 years younger all the time.
For sure.
Yeah, as I get a little older, somebody says 28. It'll go down. Just like I was at 35, I was 25.
So I look 52 right now, dude.
No, I don't think so. I think you feel like 52. Hell no, dude. You look that. I don't feel like you look that old to me.
I feel old, man.
Not at all. I would not have you not know 52. I would say young 30s is what I would say.
Well, that's where I'm at. So all right, I'm right where. But you, people think you're 10 years younger.
I mean, black don't crack though.
I heard that, dude. And that's bullshit, bro.
It's so true. Like, I'll tell you, my grandmother till she died, dude, was just flawless skin.
And a lot of urban gentlemen, you guys stay pretty active up until your old age.
I mean, because you got to think though, like, as African Americans, we grew up kind of put into athletics, sports and things like that a little bit more, because that was our way out and built for it, things like that, where, sometimes the other ethnicities grew up in more business style. Okay. So they didn't get into the athletics as much because they were going to go make money doing things that's going to be more suit and tie. I don't necessarily need that. So I'm getting bread for this. So, a lot of the African Americans were bred for playing sports and becoming this. Okay. So, I mean, that's why to now you see that where there might be even past the black don't crack, because that person was put in a, like, dude, I've been playing sports since I was fucking young. Okay. Like, I'm going to the league. Behind the ears, I'm going to the league. Ball. Like, that was what was in my head at a young age. Got you. And that's what's in a lot of some kids' heads. Yeah. And it's just, I mean, that's all you know. You're going to build yourself. You're going to do those things. And then eventually, your body, a lot of times too, is these people don't even really be working out. Their body just held on.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's just genetics. You guys are just animals. You guys are just built that way. So why not dominate the sports like you are dominating? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just, it is what it is. I love that. Me personally, I love it. I wish I could do that kind of stuff, bro.
Well, what I'm stoked about now, though, is like you watch the Olympics and the Italian guy won the fucking 100-meter dash. Yeah. I mean, he is light skinned. He got some sort of but still, like, I mean, it's something other than just the black guy won it, Right. Like, I think that's awesome.
It's like when you almost start expected. You know what I mean? Like, but shit, dude, if you guys are dominating, why not continue dominating? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's what's going to happen, though.
I say you guys. Is that fucking racist?
Oh, shit, man. Here's the thing. You heard where I grew up.
Yeah.
I grew up in Western Kansas. Right. Brother, I had to learn at a young age that when you hear things, it's just going to go in one ear and out the other. I feel like I was lucky in that sense, because, where someone else is here to be like, hey, man, you ain't gotta say it like that. Like, to me, I didn't even notice it. Like, I don't notice
it either, but
I don't even notice things like that, where I have a lot of African Americans that do notice those things, dude. Yeah. And like, okay, so we were talking about, like, so I'm not gonna sit here and say Trump is my guy. Okay. But
I didn't know we were getting into politics, bro.
Well, through time, I got into the fact where I understand Trump. Okay. Where if I go talk to my family, I talk to some other African Americans, they look at me like,
yeah, you're gonna catch flack for that.
What you talk about?
Why is that?
Because I mean, that's just ignorance.
That sucks, bro.
I hate to say it that way. I'm gonna say it real soft, ignorance. Because
we'll edit that out.
Well, no, because I'm not gonna say that, man. Because it's just how stereotypes are stereotypes. It's just how, people stay racist. It's just the fact that people grow up in a area. Like, I didn't know about a white person until I got to like 3rd grade.
Oh, really?
So, like, it'd be one of those things. Cool. When I grew up in Chicago, like, I was around the African American culture. It's still like that. Yeah. It's still like that, where people can be in an area and not see another ethnicity until they get to freaking their 20s or college. Yeah. So when you have that, it's hard for someone to understand other things. So when you're seeing this, hearing this, understanding from one view, and you don't put yourself in another world, you don't get a chance to get, I guess, desensitized to certain things.
Yeah, but you're losing all these perspectives that you could have, and that's a shame.
And it keeps you're just right here.
Yeah, you got the blinders on.
So for myself, luckily, I grew up in Chicago. That's where I was born and raised. Like, my family lives, in the city. I'm not saying suburbs. Like, I was in the city. Right. I grew up around that. I got a chance to grow up in, like I said, Boot Hill, Yeehaw, Garden City, Kansas. Like, so I got to see such different cultures and get, hear this weird. Like, I used to get in a lot of fights and a lot of, like, back when I was younger, because I was considered white to the black people.
Really?
Because my grandfather...
Whitewashed?
Well, first off, my grandfather became a principal at a time where, African Americans don't become principals. So he taught his family to speak proper and, this and this and that and that, turn the cheek. So I grew up at a young age at understanding to kind of just not even from living in white America, being with my grandparents and what they have taught me on how to, kind of go with the flow, understand a little more, kind of, maybe hold your tongue a little bit where you don't want to say something or where you do want to say something. So I got lucky to be a part of that, and a lot of people don't.
Well, which is funny that you say that, because growing up with your grandparents as a big influence like that, they seen the real ugly. You know what I mean? And for them not to be hateful and still hold on to that and teach the future rather than holding on to the past, I think that's amazing too. Because you're getting the knowledge from them, not only how to deal with it, but how they survived that. You know what I mean? And that's getting passed on to you, grows that thick skin, and helps you thrive in a society like we have today. I think that's amazing, right?
And some people can, and that's where people can't. And hey, I mean, it sucks. You try to help educate, like, kind of get back to the Trump thing. You try to help educate where his thought process is actually helping more than what you might think it is. Sure. And you just can't see it because you just have such a perspective of this. Yeah. You can't look outside the box. You can't see it like, hey, actually, that was kind of cool. That was kind of smart. But I mean,
I don't have the mental fucking capacity to stick to politics, dude. I don't know it.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't know politics at all. I like to talk about what's out there. Yeah, like I don't dig into shit. Right. But I like to talk about the little bitty things that I do see and what everybody can see. And that's where it's like, sometimes you can kind of just look into this, like, if you do look at those things, decipher it a little different. And honestly, being an African-American person, like, I'm not into politics, but with Trump being president, that makes it a big, you can't help but not be into politics when that shit happens.
But how crazy is it that you catch shit for being like, hey, and you flat out said, it's not that I love the guy, but I get it.
Yeah, there's
even
some
understanding an individual, you're getting hate for that?
I mean,
what are you supposed to do? Like, what's expected of you?
To go with the status quo, I guess.
Okay. What is that going to get anybody? You know what I mean? That's stupid.
That's sheep mentality.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't play by those rules. Like I said, I don't know politics, but I feel like I know men, and I know things that I agree with and don't agree with. And as far as Republican or Democrat, I don't know what I am, but I know there's some things over here that I agree with and don't, agree with and don't. Exactly. I make it mine. So whatever the middle is, count me that. Yep. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's like people that only watch Fox News all day. Whatever Biden does, we fucking hate that. It doesn't matter what he does. And then if you're CNN, whatever Trump did, well, fuck that guy. We don't like him either. It's not even that you have your own opinion on it. It's almost a gang. It's a gang mentality.
Well, dude, they have all those movies, but there was that James Bond movie with Pierce Brosnan, and it was the one where, it was the one where, oh my goodness, well, it was all about media. Okay. And taking over, like,
older movie?
It was like 90s. It had to be late 90s, I think, maybe early thousands, if that. Okay. But it was one of the Pierce Brosnan Bonds. Well, all it was them taking, like, they faked all sorts of stuff through the media and started this worldwide hoopla over a fake news channel. And it was fake news. But the world was scared because they was like, oh my God, this place is being attacked, when it really wasn't being attacked type stuff. Okay. And it's just like how I'm just getting into how media is just so much in control over how we
That's
look
a dangerous thing, dude.
It is, dude. Like,
and social media is...
Oh, that's taking over crazy.
No, bro, forget it. Forget it. That you want to learn how to hate somebody, you just jump on Facebook or Instagram and you'll find out.
I have to stay off of those things, man.
Do you?
Like I like the Instagram I can do. I haven't got on TikTok yet. I haven't picked one of that up. I was on Facebook.
I got Kyle to get on TikTok.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'll have to, I haven't got on it. My wife loves it. She talks about it. Everybody always sending me stuff. I'm like, not yet. Like I'm not ready yet.
I know.
But I mean, I like my Instagram. And I watch my little TikToks on Instagram, so I feel like I get it.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
But I used to mess with Facebook, but Facebook, for some reason, I can't do Facebook anymore.
How come?
So as outgoing and extroverted as sometimes I might seem, I'm a pretty introverted person, have a lot of, I don't say depression, but defeated mind thought sometimes.
Really?
So like on Facebook, for some reason, because of all the joy and happiness that people put, I don't know why I get on there and I just want to talk about negative stuff.
But that's what it's about.
I get on, and that's what, but it's like, it's funny because my friends for a long time know me and I've been doing it since like MySpace days. And putting out just like negative posts of this and that. Like what's the meaning? Like, I mean, it was bad. It's like, what's the meaning of life? Like,
damn.
You know, is God really there type shit? Like, I'm talking like, like it's deep stuff.
Okay.
So I've been doing that since a long time. And then it turned into now I'm just like, I've had some, like I've been suicidal before in my life. So like, for some reason, I just talk about just negative shit on Facebook. So I have to stay off. Like, it's like, I don't say anything nice. I don't say nothing good. And I was like, I've learned that, I just got to look at it.
What does that do?
I don't know. It doesn't do anything. Like somebody called me out on it. It's like, why do you even do that? Like you just want attention. I'm like, I don't really want attention. I think I use it. I'm not going to lie. I think I use it as my own inner therapy.
Okay.
Like when people do comment back and I can comment back and listen to see their thoughts and see what they're saying, I think it does help me because I'm not the type of person that wants to go to a therapist.
Sure.
So I think it is like kind of an inner therapy.
Okay.
I mean,
that's what this podcast does for me. A lot of times it just ends up me talking about how I'm feeling and what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. That's why I love it so much, dude. I don't care if there's 60 listeners. I don't care if there's 60 million.
Yep.
I get a chance to sit down one-on-one sometimes as another person and we just we're doing life together. We're having a good time. We're sorting shit out. You know what I mean? We're just enjoying each other's company.
Yep.
And fuck, dude, I love that. I love it. So I totally get what you're saying, how you use it as almost like a personal diary, just for people to come back at. You know what I mean?
And then because my wife's like, why do you do that? There's just so much happiness on there. Somebody's got to keep it dark. Somebody's got to keep it not necessarily dark, keep it realistic.
For sure.
Like I'd be tired of seeing all these little cookie, like, it's so great. Look at no.
Well, you don't have social media to post your sad shit, right? You only post your vacations and the new cars and the new puppies and the babies.
That's why I was like that. But Instagram, I'm cool. I like my little Instagram.
I want to see how you shit yourself on the way home, bro. Like post about that.
Like some real stuff.
Yeah. Right. So I think that's why my TikTok pops off so much is because the weight loss community, right? There's people that are just like me that are sitting on the couch watching my TikTok rather than being in the gym trying to do something about it. So I feel like I'm inspiration, motivational, trying to help. But I have plenty of videos where like, fuck, I've been stuck at the same weight for 3 weeks and I don't know what's going on. I'm still going to stick to it. I'm going to do what I got to do. But this is real.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just post all my victories. I need to let you guys know that in a weight loss journey, sometimes shit goes down like this and you need to pick yourself up and keep moving. Yep. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I get a lot of love on TikTok and now my Instagram because I just started that up. And I mean, dude, I got videos that have posted 3 million views and it's just me of being able to fucking finally be able to tie my shoe again. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Or I got a video where I was able to put on a seatbelt after years and years of not ever even thinking it was a possibility. I put that on, that motherfucker blew up because there's people out there that know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I love it, dude. I love the fact that I'm able to be a beacon of light in this fucking ugly world. That's
the cool thing about the social media though too, is it has promoted creativity and the biggest of manner, like, independence. Mm-hmm. I think that there's a lot more independence on people being able to control their own lives.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of that. So I feel along with some of, how it might be, a little bit over my head. I'm just getting old type stuff, but
maybe. Maybe.
Honestly, I just feel like I'm just getting old. Like sometimes I look at that like that tick. Why? Like So, but man, because I worked in the mall for forever, dude, and I was just
you were talking about retail.
Man, I was around 16-year-olds all day, dude. It was just killing me. Like I barely got out. I mean, I guess 2 years ago is when I got out, and just up to then, like trying to just keep up with these kids.
No, it ain't happening.
Like I thought I was hip.
Nah, dude. Nah, bro. That was your first mistake.
Oh my
Where
goodness.
did you work at? With a clothing company, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I worked with PacSun. I worked with Zoomies first for like 5 years.
Bro, you were at the mall. Bro, you're not hip at the mall, dude. I'm telling you, you don't have a chance, dude.
Oh man, then I was at Forever 21 for like 5 years. Okay. And then I did PacSun for like 5-6 years.
Okay, so all the young fucking spots.
All the fucking, and they were the hip spots too. Like I was the man in there. I swear to God.
I know you were, dude.
No, but seriously, like I know you wasn't hip though.
Bullshit, bro.
It was one of those things that you try to like. You just listen to these kids. What are you talking? These little dances and stuff now. Like that's just too much. I can't shimmy my body like that.
No, dude. And once I start hearing fleek and gang and all this, dude, I'm out. I don't want a part of it, dude.
Here I am with my 35-year-old ass about some, man, you want fleek. Hey, with the little 6-year-old like gang, like, hey, if you can't beat him, you just gotta join him. If you can't beat him, you gotta join him. I'm telling you.
Damn, man, that's a whole culture, dude.
It was crazy. It was fun though. But these kids, like I say, I feel are just so much more creative in their thought process. Not even,
but they grew up with the internet.
They have more. So you better be, you know what, fuck that. They better be motherfucking creative.
They have to be. More. It would make no sense if they weren't.
You know what? Then I'm not giving them no damn credit.
No, it would make sense. Even my generation, so like I said, I'm about to be 30, right? But I remember when Google came out. I remember YouTube. I didn't grow up with that stuff. But like my kid, he's 8 years old. You saw him. He's out there getting it on Fortnite. That's all he's ever known is Fortnite since he's been alive. So he knows how to work a phone and a computer better than I do. Isn't that crazy?
No, I think it's wild. Like I was like, man, I'm telling you now, I feel so dumb. Like they were showing me some stuff on the computer the other day, and I remember working on Excel. But bro. I remember, but like, man, I tell you what, I guess you got to stay on. I guess if you don't use it, you lose it.
Because it's always changing. I just picked him up from school yesterday. I was like, hey, Trent, how was school? And he was like, Gucci. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, I don't want to shit on him, right? But I'm like, oh, okay. That's cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. So.
That's awesome, though.
But, okay, so you played ball. Mm-hmm. And then what happened?
So I played in college, and my college ball, I played for, I was there for 5 years because I took a year off. So like I was at a school where I started at Division III. Okay. And I wrestled while I was there. All right. And then we moved to Division II. And so there was, I don't know what happened. I think I burnt out from doing football and wrestling and doing it in college. And like Iowa wrestling is a whole nother level. And my school was one of those top 5 in the nation.
I was gonna say that's where Olympians come out of.
And we had like this guy. We had a Cuban that was Olympian. We had this Puerto Rican dude that was ridiculous. And like I'm telling you, like the team was ridiculous. And so my freshman year, I was really competitive. Like I came in, I got wet behind the ears with football, ready to go with the wrestling. Right. Did really well in wrestling. Like it was one of those things where I was like. They saw me like, oh my goodness.
What was your weight class?
I wrestled 197 only because I didn't want to lose weight. Okay. Because I was thinking of football. Okay. Because if I get lower than that, like if I get too low, and I was a linebacker when I played for football, so it's like, I mean, I'm already a small linebacker playing at 200 pounds. Right. Like I'm not going to try to lose too much weight.
What a lot of people don't know about wrestling is their conditioning is top notch. You're out there.
Oh, it's the best.
That's what I'm saying. So that's great. To get you in shape for football, dude. You want to run? Join the wrestling team.
Only reason why I played football or wrestled was because of football. Football got me into wrestling and track. Okay. That's the only reason why I did any of those sports. And then I ended up being, a decent high school competitor in both of those. In track and sport and wrestling, so it was like cool. I took wrestling to college. Actually, I placed at majority of my tournaments in college, which was kind of a shocker. I mean, granted, there are a lot of open tournaments, but to the point to where I was wrestling like getting to the third and fourth finals or third and fourth place finals with, our number one.
Right.
Where
Okay.
we're not even going to wrestle. I'm just going to take the loss and you win and I forfeit, but whatever. Like, so they were looking at me like maybe coming back that next year and doing something pretty good with the wrestling team.
What did you like more?
Oh, I was football all day.
You liked football more?
I was football all day. But then my sophomore year, man, you started venturing out and learning some things and kind of got into some drugs a little bit.
Oh, bro, that's the story, dude.
And started learning that life, and football kind of tailed off at the end, and wrestling, I just didn't come in with my head on. So I ended up quitting wrestling, and football just wasn't good. And so I took a semester off.
Okay.
But it was the smartest thing of my life because it prolonged my football career, because when we came back, that next year, we moved to Division II.
Okay.
So after my sophomore year, my junior year, we moved to Division II, where you have to go through 2 years of probationary period where you don't get any type of accolades. Like, you don't get to be like a conference this or first team conference that, or, even get to the playoffs of anything. So I was like, it was a blessing in disguise because I took a year off that was a pretty much nothing year.
Okay.
Where a lot of my buddies played.
Right.
And then the next year after that, they played, and I was still under a probationary year, and they're gone.
Yeah.
So it's like you're playing for damn near nothing for 2 years, I felt.
Damn.
Yeah. So
that is a smart move. Okay.
So it was a smart move. Blessing in disguise for me to do. What happened is I went out to LA and I got stuck, and I didn't. I went out to LA with a buddy and I got stuck, and I was like, man, like I didn't work out, didn't do anything. So I called the coaches like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make it back this semester. Like,
was he pissed?
No, because new coaches came in.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't even know the coaches, but so it was like a whole new regime. But what sucked is when I came back the next year, like I took a semester off, had the best school year for that semester ever, but man, I missed it.
Well, yeah.
I missed it. It's like being a fanatic was great because I never got a chance to be a fanatic and just be in the stands and go tailgate and do all that. Mm-hmm. So that was fun, don't get me wrong, but like being out there on the field, like watching the homies out there doing what they do, like it just killed me. So
how long were you into the drugs? Were you ever into drugs? I'm a recovering drug addict. I've been cool for a year and 9 months. But I had a problem, dude. Like, I lost my family multiple times, moved into my own place, lost that place. Like, I had an ugly, ugly life for a long time.
To be real, I still have fun.
There's a difference.
I still have fun. So I will say, I feel like I have been lucky to not have it take over my life.
Okay.
Like I have an addictive personality. I do like to party. I've gone years of just straight partying.
Sure.
But I always had jobs. I've always been that store manager of doing that. So like, luckily retail allowed me to party my butt off somehow, some way. Like the schedule was perfect.
Retail construction, bro, it's like a requirement. Like, you got to party a little bit.
So I don't know. And it's not really taken over. Like, and I still can, like, I go to raves and we'll dabble in some Molly. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, I have tickets for Gold Rush coming up.
For real? I don't know anything about raves. I've been to a rave one time in my life. I go to
raves. I like festivals. Like, my friends are...
I can see that.
My friends back home are burners. Okay. So they're in the, like, burns. Like in every state has their own regional Burning Mans. And there's not just the one big Burning Man. Every state, and they have, like, every state has their collective of burners.
You remember a couple years ago when someone snuck in and lit that bitch on fire early?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they lit on fire like 2 days early, and then when it came time for the festival, there was nothing for them. It was just a big meeting in the desert, man. Dude. They were pissed, bro.
Oh, well, dude, man, like, I didn't, like, really, honestly, people look at that as spirituality. Like, after, like, understand, like, because, so my friends are, like, they're, like, he's deep, like, they're, like, burners to the, like, they have turned their wedding or their anniversary of them getting married into a burn event.
Were they plur heads? Is that what they call them?
What do you mean?
Peace, love, unity, respect.
You know what? I haven't heard that. No, they haven't said that.
That was a huge thing, dude.
Man,
that was a whole plur community.
Oh, I'm about to ask them about that.
Yeah, ask them, see what they say.
But yeah, no, that's good. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, peace, love, unity, respect, plur.
Well, that's new. For me, I haven't heard that one. But yeah, so they
just
do
made
that.
It up, you know.
And the burn community is really cool. I think that it's a lot of fun. They have a lot of fun, and they just live life to to what it is and control their means of how they control their means. And
but it never took over you.
No, man. I mean,
No?
I mean, I don't know how. Like, because my dad, honestly, literally, like, I mean, that's literally, but about May 7th, he passed.
Okay.
Crack.
Really?
Crack does kill.
So that was in.
Like, he's 67 and just passed. Like,
wow. So that ran in your family, but you didn't catch that bug.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean,
do you think that had to do with your grandparents' upbringing?
Well, see, my grandparents were strict. My granddad grew up military,
right?
But he was a part of that Chicago '80s crack wave.
Okay.
Like when crack hit in the '80s for Chicago, New York, and all those major cities, he got a part. And he never let go.
Really?
Never. Like I thought he did, and he didn't. And then it picked back. Like he took a little bit of time off when I was in high school, but it picked back up once I got to college, and just never stopped.
Damn.
Like him is. I didn't know it was that long of just not just going at it. So I mean,
see, my mom's side, it's all alcohol. Almost all of my aunts and uncles were all alcoholics, and then on my dad's side, drugs and alcohol and gang shit. So like I didn't have a fucking chance, dude. Like I was playing with all jokers. Like I didn't have shit. You know what I mean? Because I thought it was cool. I was like, oh, okay, you get to high school, you start partying, chicks, drugs, liquor. You know, we're having a good time, so how can this be bad? But then you're doing this shit when you're fucking 28, and it's like, wait, hold on. I'm tired now. You know
the body's feeling it.
I'm tired.
See, I didn't do anything until I was in college, really.
Oh, 14,
so,
bro.
So me, like, I smoked in high school. I smoked some weed here and there. And, like, honestly, my senior year of high school, I didn't even smoke because there was a drug test. Random. So I was like, I'd be damned. My dad catches me because he was a coach and everything.
Right.
Like that.
Right.
So
Hell no.
I didn't even smoke in high school or really or senior year. So once I got to college is when I really started smoking, getting into everything. So like me, I'm a late bloomer compared to a lot of people.
Okay.
Like I drank in high school, but I wasn't a big drinker. Like that wasn't my shit.
Dude,
Like
I went to school with 2 backpacks, bro. One with my shit, one with shit to sell and drink.
Yeah, see,
that's how I did it.
Man, I don't understand that.
Well, it was just how, dude, I did 7 years of high school, bro, because of how fucked up I was. 7 years of high school. Dude, my mom was like, you didn't even graduate, you retired. Like but full, like, bottles of liquor in my room my mom would find because I was just down in it by myself. You know what I mean? I was 17 years old, 18 years old, doing this shit on a Wednesday. That ain't good. That ain't good for nobody. And so it's no fucking wonder I got as big as I got. You know what I mean? Because that mentality of just sitting there and fucking loafing around, that I did that for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're saying that you dabbled in it, but you were able to not get caught up in it, to me that's weird. To me, I don't understand that.
I'll be honest with you, to see how my dad went out, my uncle, I don't know, hopefully he's better, but he had a little issue. To see that, I guess, is what motivated me to not like let it take over.
Okay.
But I don't know, I feel like I don't understand it. Like I really, it baffles me too, because you get a lot of friends that I don't know if like, when it comes to some of the drugs, though, like, you know, I have friends that got into like meth and stuff like that.
Right.
So, like, I'll even tell you this. Like, I even went through like a meth stint where I was shooting up. Mm-hmm. Like, it was, I'll tell you what, it was the most amazing thing in life. I understand it.
Yeah, bro.
It is the most amazing thing in life. But it was like I put a cap. I knew I had 2 months. Like, I got fired from a job. I was on unemployment. I was chilling, and I played semi-pro football for a little bit, and I tore my ACL, so I couldn't play anymore. So
why is that always the story, bro?
I was just messing around, and I got into it with a buddy, but I knew in 2 months I'm out because I'm moving away. Mm-hmm. So like I had that in my mind, and for that is the only reason why I even decided to try it, because I'm gonna tell you like this. I was the type of dude, like, I want to try everything because I want to know. Like, I have to know.
Yeah, I know.
And I found out what that was, and like I said, I don't give a fuck. People could say, oh, it's gross, it's disgusting. Yeah, it's gross, it's disgusting, but it's the most amazing shit in life. It's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, bro.
I don't give a fuck, but
I had a buddy. who became a pastor, and him and his wife and his daughter came over to the house one night, and he brought over this bag of kettle corn that he bought from like Costco or Sam's Club or something. And he's like, let's open this up. And we're eating. I'm like, fuck, this is good. And he's like, yeah, it's better than crack. And I looked at him. I was just like, have you ever tried crack? It's not better than crack, bro. I promise. It's not better than crack, dude. But I get it, man. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm not addicted to the drug. I'm addicted to the fun. That's always been my issue.
Got you.
So if I'm going to have a drink, I want 30 drinks.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to do a line, let's do 12 lines and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm addicted to the fun.
That makes sense.
I don't really even like the feeling.
Never even looked at it that way. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think that's what it actually is.
For me it is. For a lot of people it is, but I learned that about myself, that I can say, oh, this is what I was doing.
Got you. You know, now I can say, like, I do some of the drugs for the love of the drug.
I've heard that too.
Because now, and that's why I think that now it really doesn't take over, because I'm not doing it just to do it.
Okay.
I do it because of the feeling of it, like acid. I love acid.
I was just going to ask, do you dabble in psychedelics?
Oh, I love acid.
Okay.
Acid's probably my favorite drug.
What's the heaviest you've ever dropped? You talking like a tab maybe?
No,
or are you
so
running like...
So at the most I've ever taken was like 5 tabs.
Okay.
In a night. Like
in a
night. Yeah, in a night. But right now I need probably like 2 tabs at least.
Yeah.
Is where I'm at every time.
But a 5-tab night, dude, you were floating.
It was a long, well, so it was like we took them throughout the night, so like it dragged.
Oh, you maintained.
It got to the point where you're just like, all right, I'm ready for this.
Yeah, I'm ready to be done, dude.
Like,
it's like, no, we got 3 more days, dude.
Like, this is over. But so like but now, like right now, I'll pop like 2 tabs and just sit with my wife, and we can hang out, watch movies, chill. So that's what it is now. Like me and my wife can just sit back. We might do a little 10th of Somali or something, and hang out and just
Do you feel like it opens you up mentally?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Like how? Because I never got that experience.
So
dude.
for me, like Molly wise, when I'm saying if I'm with my loved one, it's more of like, honestly, not even like, oh, it's all about the sex. Shit, fuck that. Like, honestly, I can sit there with my wife and we can sit all night and talk, and we don't even have sex. Okay. Because it's more of like, we have fun just chatting, talking. Like, honestly, that's when we found out we were going to get married. Yeah. Like, it's funny. Like, I talked to her at that point, like, I'm marrying you. Like, you did, and then we end up getting married. Okay. Like, she's like, I never believed what you're talking about because we were fucked up. Yeah, it's just like being around. Now, like, going to a rave and stuff, I think that's just more of like, I enjoy the music. I like, because I'm not the one that's in there trying to run around, do this. I like to dance. So, I mean, being able to like glow stick and do all that stuff and having fun.
Fucking Terry Crews.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. But I don't know. Like I said, I enjoy the drug. I don't necessarily do it more for, like, I guess before it was more for the fun. Now it's just because of the love of the drug.
Does that ever get in the way of like the fitness lifestyle? Do you ever feel sluggish? Because I know I used to get real hazy the days after.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's the case, I guess I go to the gym enough now that if I guess I miss that next day, it's not going to probably hurt me. Okay. That's kind of where I'm at now with that. Right. But because even too, there's days I'll go to the gym. Like if I can, I'll go. Like, I mean, there's haziness on depending on what you do. Like if I do some acid the next day, I'm good.
Really?
Yeah, acid is one where the next day I'm good. Like it'd be Molly would be the one where but that's more serotonin drop. Yeah. Like that's more like, dealing with synapses all in your, like that's more cervical membrane, all that crap. So
you ever heard of that ayahuasca? That spiritual journey shit? The toad, like licking the toad and fucking getting nasty with it?
Not that I've heard the word. I don't know much about it, but that's like I would like to do like more of like a going out in the going out into like,
that's what it is. There's
like
people,
the peyote. Like I'd like to get I'd like to get into like the peyote. That'd be cool.
But there's people that lead these like 40 people, right? And you all do it together, and you're out in the woods somewhere, and then you got people that
I know what you're talking about.
Very experienced in doing this, and they're kind of like the leaders. They're wrangling everybody up. But dude,
that would be cool.
The crazy thing is they all end up having the same trip. How?
Because it's funny like how it's so, especially when it comes to tripping, how intercombined, especially if you're all together in a specific area. Now, if you're around a lot of different people, it's different because it's so many different vibes. But if you're all together, like say it's like 3 or 4 people in the house.
Okay.
You know, kicking it together, chilling, hanging. Like you can have like kind of combine into each other, morph into each other. Because I don't know. And it's also probably all in our head too, though.
Do you think there's people like suggesting, hey, do you see that over there? And they're like, oh shit, yeah, I do. And then it kind of takes over. Because I mean, there's 40 people having the same exact trip.
And then, I mean, shit, there could be some that out there faking that shit too, just to go along with the flow.
How do
it
you
might not
fake
be
that,
like
bro?
depending on if it may, some could not even affect them. Like depending, like you know, like I feel like
true.
You know, there might be some that like I'm not feeling. I mean, there's some bodies that it just does not affect the same way it does others. So some people like only reason why I say this is I've actually given somebody some fake drugs before, and they've acted like they're, or they like they was, so they had to be acting.
Yeah,
you know. So I was just like,
I'm fucking feeling it. My wife's dad was in the Navy, and everybody dropped acid, and he had no effect on it.
See,
it was nothing. He was pissed off because everybody's tripping out, and he's like,
everybody with acid says, there's a lot of people that would say, like, especially if they only do one tab and it's their first time, or whatever. Honestly, for the first time I did acid, I was like, is this really what acid is? Because I wasn't tripping, like I wasn't doing none of that.
Right.
Like, I mean, my atmosphere was sitting here watching. We were watching some concert on TV. But,
all right,
but it was just like that's like.
You just weren't feeling it? And were they all feeling it?
Honestly, like we were both like, and it was like decent dose, but it was just one of those things where I the next day is when I looked back and was like, oh, I kind of was tripping. I just didn't understand it in the moment.
I guess when you're in a normal state of mind, you might be able to.
And that's where it's like, there's like, cause like, so I have some dose now. I'm not gonna even front. Have some dose now that just sucks. It is horrible. And I ended up having to take 4 dose.
Oh man!
And it was one of those things that I was like, I could tell it's just very light. It was more of a body kind of a feel. It wasn't very like mind-boggling kind of thing. So that's where it's like you could, if you sit back and kind of pull back a little bit and kind of really think about it, or kind of.
How often are you getting wet, bro?
Well, all right, so
you make it sound like a shit. I'm
not a lot. Like, I mean, I'm the type of person I always have something on me, because I'm like, if I don't have something, I feel naked.
Go. Bust it out, bro. I'll play you fucking chess right
now. Not on me at the house, but or I'm always like, I get to a new town, I gotta find plugs. Like it's one of those things. Like I gotta know, because I like to, like I said, I do it for the fun of the drug itself. Or not the fun, but the love of the drug and what it does for my mindset, and like takes me away. And I work a lot. Like I'm working damn near 6-7 days a week sometimes.
Hell
so because I got my second job doing security.
And you're in a club setting, bro. You're gonna find it as quickly as you want to.
Yeah, well, you know what though? Like I work at a hip hop club. You know, African Americans don't get in that shit like that. The majority. Like more smoking, but you say you bring some acid, like, hey, you want to do this acid? Most you might have some white people like, yeah, let's do it.
You're right.
Like black people like, hell no, what the fuck is acid? Who are you? You better go fuck with the white boy. They're gonna tell you right away. You better go fuck with the white boys. That's the first thing they're gonna say.
Okay.
You know, but the fucking funny thing is, some black people will do some shrooms.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I think, and that's what it's like. That's where I love culture.
Do you like running boomers? Do you like shrooms?
Oh, I love it all. I'm an everything man.
Will you still do meth?
No, I quit. I don't do meth anymore. I quit that literally as soon as I moved away back in 2011 out of Springfield, Missouri. I quit
because you had an out.
I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this ever again. Like this is through. Like meth will never touch my system ever again.
Okay.
It was as much as, and I say this all the time.
Have you been around it?
Fucking fun as it's been. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been around it. I'll never do that. Like
okay.
I mean, I like it's fun, but my thing is this, like. I'm too old to have that like just be up for no reason thing.
Yeah,
see,
bro.
back then I didn't care being up. I'm up all night playing video games. One thing like sun up to sundown. Let's go.
Right.
Like now,
no.
And you can't get up on that shit. Like fuck that.
That's
I like that. Like that. After that, like Man,
forever.
Bro, I was so angry, man. It messed up one of my nights, bro. Dude. I was just like, are you serious? This happens? Mm-hmm. Like, this happens?
Yep.
Like,
and you start getting in your head like, am I okay? Like, is this going to be forever?
Like, no, yeah, no.
My piece is broken, bro.
And not once, because I could have had a very fun night, and my night was fucked.
Yep.
And ever since then, I was like,
shoot and pull with a rope,
I'm not doing this shit ever again. And then now it made sense of what my dude was like, yeah, man, sometimes I got to shoot my dick. I'm like, what?
Oh, hey. Hey.
It's like,
got too much dip on your chest, like, bro. What? You need to relax.
It's like, no. So that made sense, though. Like, I didn't understand it until then. And I was just
I'd be pissed, bro. I'd be like, don't tell me some shit like that, dude. I don't want to even think about it. Yeah. So, you got to shoot it in his dick.
Like, like, that's how deep I had a buddy. Like, it was sad. And this to the point now where I don't know what happened to him. Like, he was like a good buddy, a roommate, so.
That's fucked, dude. Because it'll take you somewhere where you don't want to go.
I mean, if
you don't have a control on it, which it sounds like you do, it'll take you, bro.
Oh man, like that's the worst thing is I've seen it. Like,
yeah,
and then like just have my dad pass, like just and that be the reason. Like literally, that was the reason why he passed, and it's just like, damn, doesn't matter how old, I should have hit you.
Did that even still fuck you up a little bit to be like, no, maybe I need to be careful?
No, because. I'm gonna tell you, there was a time period when like me and my dad would be at the house smoking crack and I'm fucking doing my drugs. Okay. Or he'd come party with my friends. He'd be at the house, being sleeping. I'm like, Dad, we about to have some people over. He'd go to the bathroom, hit something, come out, start partying. And this is when he's like 60s, 50s.
Oh.
And he's like late 50s and
damn,
partying with fucking 8, 19, 20, 21-year-olds. Yeah.
Gucci.
Hey, we was out there having fun. But I had already been ready because then at this point in time, I'm chilled out. Like, all right, I didn't calm down, Dad. Like, you ain't gonna calm down. Like, let's go.
Okay.
So it's like someone who maybe has cancer and that's dying, has been going through it for a while, where you kind of get ready for it.
Yeah.
At least you've been able to grieve for a while now that you're like, if once it happens, it's just not as bad.
It's just not a huge shock.
Right.
You play the game,
it's more of an inevitable thing, but it still fucks you up to think like,
of
damn,
course,
like,
that's your dad.
Like shit, man, this man had a good 10 years in him, like this really did it. So
yeah, that sucks, man. I've lost family to the same exact thing, dude. It's what can you do?
Not much.
Hopefully you learn from it and you don't fall in those fucking footsteps, Yep. But damn, you said in May? Mm-hmm. How you doing with that?
It fucks me up a little bit every once in a while because what got me is
you guys super close?
Well, we were, man. Like, because he was a single father. Okay. So it was just me and him. And then he had my sister who was with her for a little bit, but for the most part, it was just me and my dad. So like, it was one of those things that I sent a message to him like a month before, like, hey, I'm not talking to you no more. Like, you doing fucked up shit. Like, he had people going to my sister that he owed money to, like, because she was the beneficiary of his money. So she dealt with all of his money shit, gave him his money, paid his bills. So he'd have people going out there, like people that he owed going out there to her for money. It was just doing faulty shit. So I sent him a message like, man, we're not talking to you. Get your shit straight, bro. And then what happened? DMX died. Yeah. DMX had his issues. And then that hit me. And I was like, Pops, man, DMX just passed away for this shit, bro. Like, calm down, man. Like,
you need to tighten up.
There was multiple times where I said, move out here. Like, your problem is you want to live in like, his thing was, well, if I can't make it here, I want to make it in this town, and they'll let me know I can make it anywhere. No, motherfucker, you got to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, so I tried to get him to move out here. He didn't want to do that. And, hey, so I sent him a message like, we're not talking.
Did you end on that?
I never talked to him after that, since that. That was the last thing I said to him.
Damn, bro.
It was fucked. Like, and so, like, you feel that.
That hurts my heart.
It hits you a little bit. Like, I know it wasn't my fault.
Sure.
Because he tried to message me in between time, and I didn't message back. Like, thinking like, oh, I'll message him in a little bit. And then next thing you know, like, man's gone.
Yeah. But
it is what it is. Like, I mean, that's life. Like I said, it was inevitable.
Yeah.
And then you just, I don't know. Like I said, you understand.
Yeah.
Man, there's just nothing much you can do. You try.
It's the hand you dealt, bro. What can you do? Because you got to think of it too, dude. Like, you sent that message, right? Not to get him, but almost to protect yourself a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
So it's not your fault. It's not anybody's fault. If anything, and I'm not speaking ill will, it's his fault.
No, it's all his fault. Like, it's just the selfishness. Like, you didn't.
That's what
like,
it is.
You don't understand the selfishness behind it.
That's what it is.
I mean, there's things where he stole my car a couple times. Like,
Fuck, dude,
stole my
sister's car. Bro. I got a piece
stole
of
my
shit,
sister's
Dad,
car.
bro.
Like, so I mean, it's one of those things where things are happening, and like they say, you're better off now.
Yeah.
Like, the pain is over. Like, he doesn't have to deal with what he's dealing with and go through thinking what he's thinking and going through. So I mean, if that's the case, I'm happy. Like, that's still my OG. You know what I mean? Like, he's still my idol.
Right.
He's still.
That's your dad. What do? You know what I mean?
Yep. But
going on to something a little lighter, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. That sucks, bro. I feel you.
It's good talking about it because it gets it out.
Yeah.
It makes it easier.
My dad's still here, but I don't fucking talk to him because he's just a piece of shit, dude. And now that he says he's getting his life together, he's got my cousin who is basically my brother. He's got him telling, hey, tell Garrett I said hi, tell this and that. And it's like, dude, you abandoned me when I was a kid. Then I got your phone number when I'm grown. We were connecting, we were cool, and then you dipped again without fucking telling me anything. So you abandoned me 2 times. One as a child and one as an adult. And now that you got your shit together, you want me to be all fucking, hey, what's up, man? Let's be friends. Fuck you, dude. I didn't need you then. I don't need you now. And I'm sorry you made your decision.
Yeah. See, that's where I was lucky, though. As fucked up as my pops was, he was always there.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where I think that I have such an affinity to him. Because, like, as fucked up as he was there.
No, man.
I always tried. And so that's where I guess I was a little bit more lucky than others.
I mean, I guess you still had to learn that dirty side of life. You know what I mean? Why do we got to learn that shit through the people that are supposed to take care of us? That's what's fucked, dude. I don't get that.
Well, it helps. I mean, the good thing is, though, you'll never do it.
That's why I feel like I'm a great dad, bro.
Like, that's
because
the great
I had
thing
a role
about
model
it
to show me exactly what not to do.
And I think that you know what I was thinking about, like, because I mean we're still around that same age area. I say like that 10 age range.
Hey,
no, I'm 30, I'm close to 40, so I understand that. But like I'm looking within that same decade of lineage where I feel like our parents that went through things, and I feel like a lot of our parents went through things, learning stuff, going through those 80s, and
sure.
Growing up in the 70s and kind of just things like that. I think 90s started kind of changing things, but they have a lot of demons. Like I feel like a lot of our parents do have a lot of demons that that once are doing nothing but helping us to be better parents. I like to think.
That's why I said it's a role model, even if it's just to show you what not to do.
Yep.
That's the truth. I don't want in 20 years, in 22 years, I don't want any of my kids sitting in a room with somebody talking these stories about me. You know what I mean? That's my plan. If that doesn't happen, then I fucking did my job, dude. And that's what I'm looking forward to, is being able to connect with my son, watch him grow, teach him how to be a man. Because I didn't fucking have that, dude. I didn't have shit. And I think when you don't grow up with a good male, not a male influence, because I had my grandfather. My grandparents basically raised me, you know what I mean? And he was in Vietnam. He was Army. Like, he's prim and proper, you know what I mean? He's the dude. He's the man. And so he kind of showed me right from wrong. And now that I'm older and kind of off my foolishness, I see what he was trying to show me, and I appreciate his words so much more. And I'm just thankful that he's still here. 74, he's still here, able to show me life lessons, and now I'm smart enough to actually listen. You know what I mean? So that's cool too. But just the influences that I had coming up was all fucking rotten. It was all rotten. So how do I not follow in those footsteps? You know what I mean? But fuck all that stuff, dude. I'm tired of talking about this, man. I feel all sad. I want to talk more about the fitness lifestyle, dude.
Yep.
So
fitness for me has always been there. It just has never been as tailored as it is now.
Did you go? Are you, what's the word I'm looking for? Do you have schooling for this?
So certification with the ISSA, that's it. Other than that, like, dude, I was raw. Like, so when I worked retail, I would just help people, helping my wife, helping myself, just doing things like that. Like, I mean, and seeing growth within myself, seeing growth within my friends, actually building workouts. Like, I was like not little punk ass workouts. Like, I'm building workouts for people, not some just cookie cutter shit. Like, breaking it down, like putting this together with that, with the thought process of having tempo here and there.
Otherwise, YouTube some shit, you know?
Honestly. Yeah. So, and I was like, well, maybe let me dig in now, just in case I can maybe turn this into a future later.
Yeah.
So that's all I did for a long time. And then I always talked about getting into, fitness and stuff like that, maybe training, but I just I worked with. I loved my retail job. I loved working at the mall.
Okay,
did everything for me. So then got out the mall. Like had a little situation with my boss, and we kind of decided that we need to part ways. And so I luckily got into the fitness world. I wanted to come in as a trainer, but I didn't have the cert. So it was like, well, I could work to get the cert, or I can get into assistant fitness manager.
How long is schooling for that?
It's like you can do it for like a 10-week program, or if you need to take a little longer, like depending on just depends on how fast you can learn, or how good you are sitting on a computer and just sit there and do what you got to do.
Right.
But I decided, okay, let me go on the fitness manager side. I'd come from retail management, running stores for a long time. Let me go on this side. Enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. Still get to help people, but then get to kind of be in charge of the gym, taking care of responsibilities and doing that. I was like, all right, this is awesome. Transferred down to 75th and Encanto and start growing there. And like, honestly, like I would say like it's not anybody's fault, but I moved up too fast with the company. I didn't even understand fitness yet. Fully before I even started getting into the world that I'm in, because the sales world that I was in was not necessarily like true sales. It's retail sales. You're walking into a store. All I got to do is
coming
talk
to buy something.
I got to just talk you into getting it.
Right.
Like PT sales is a little different because they're not coming to buy PT most of the time.
Right.
That's in there, like, kind of figuring out their lives and kind of going from there and seeing if PT works with them.
Mm-hmm.
So when I thought I would become a fitness manager in like a year and a half, like I became a fitness manager in 4 months.
Right.
So, and that's because of COVID and me stepping in and doing what I had to do and showing what I had to show, but not really learning what I really needed to learn. And so I feel like there's some things that I definitely lack in understanding on certain sides. And not even that is just as myself of being a store manager before and knowing everything and all of that. I don't really know everything within the fitness world quite yet. I'm only 2 years in.
No, but you have such a huge, extensive background in it. Football.
My problem is this: I'm not
basketball.
as technical as I would like to be.
Football. What was it? Football, wrestling, and track.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But I'm not as technical.
Damn, am I racist, bro?
Honestly, I mean, shit, you can say any sport. Like, shit, nowadays we get into golf and tennis. Hell, we're killing it.
Oh, shit, get into hockey, bro. Let me see what's up with hockey.
Hey, there's a few starting to sprinkle. It's the Canadians. It's Canadians though.
They're bad though.
It's the black Canadians that are starting to sprinkle. There's a couple of them sprinkling in here and there.
I want to see Drake get in there, bro. Tell me what's really.
Have you heard his new album?
Nah.
He just dropped another one. Here's my thing with Drake is I want to hate him, but I can't.
Oh, I don't want to hate him, bro. I like him.
I want to hate him for everything.
Why?
I don't know.
You know what I hate is Kanye, bro. I do. And I'm not afraid to say it.
New Kanye he eats me alive. I don't like him either.
Okay, so the last album I listened to, what was it? Wake Up, Mr. West. What was it?
Not Graduation. That was like after that. That'd have been like one of those.
It's a teddy bear on the album.
Oh, so that was like either like Graduation or.
And he's sitting in some pews.
What's the other one? It was Graduation.
Was it Graduation?
It might have been that one.
I think it was Graduation. And then also Through the Wire was on there.
Oh, so
Toy Soldiers was on there.
Yeah, you're talking about Wave. Yeah, that's Graduation.
That's the last time I listened to him, bro.
Then he started, I don't know.
I liked his little Chick-fil-A song that he came out with.
He started doing just too much craziness, man.
Yeah, he's a weirdo.
Like,
did you see this last stint that he did? When he brought like the house that he grew up in? He had a packed stadium, right? And he brought the actual house that he grew up in that his grandmother died in, and he put it there. And he brought out DaBaby and Marilyn Manson, and they were just sitting on the porch while he sang this song. And Marilyn Manson looks like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" Because you know who that is, right?
Oh yeah, Marilyn was my guy. I love Marilyn Manson.
Bro, are you kidding me? Dude, you are white.
He has what was the album called? Whatever album that Beautiful People and all that was on.
Oh yeah,
that was one of my favorite albums.
Damn, do you remember when he redid Nightmare Before Christmas?
I didn't catch that one.
Oh, okay. It was not bad.
No,
that was fun.
I want to look into that one.
I don't like him, bro. I think he's a weirdo.
I like that. Like, he came out back then. I like Marilyn Manson, but I haven't really heard much news, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
A lot of nasty allegations against that man.
Yeah,
I guess he was just rotten to his women, bro.
Oh, well, I mean, fuck, I bet. Like, shit, I mean, like, sodomy and all that bullshit.
But damn.
Like that?
Bad. Pretty bad, bro.
They knew what they were getting into.
Well, I mean, that rock and roll lifestyle, how do you not? you're famous for it and they love you for it, but they don't want you to do it too much. So you got to find like that
fine line.
No, that doesn't exist, dude. And that's what I'm talking about. The drugs get a hold of you and fucking take you somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sorry, I didn't mean to go off topic. Okay. So you got into the fitness world.
Got into fitness and got into AFMing when I thought training was the route. I don't feel like I'm as technical as I should be. That's where I feel like I lose a little bit of credibility within myself. I'd like to know, like I'd like to pull back a little bit. And that's where sometimes I say I like to maybe just get into the actual training side of it so I can pull back and learn a little bit more of corrective exercise, little things of, just a little bit more how the muscles work.
Like, give me an example. What do you mean? Because I've seen you working out. It's clean.
So, like, if I have someone who is that's more in there for corrective exercise and not just for building muscle, that has an issue or a deficiency that they need help with.
Like physical therapy?
In a sense. Like,
okay.
but being able to like leave the physical therapist's office, now come to the gym and be able to take advantage of the gym.
Just trying
and
to
like
rebuild.
building and like,
okay.
If I know like my motion is only to here right now, understanding exactly what's going to help me to get it to all the way here. And that's where I say just like more of the technical side of it, more of the jargon, understanding every little more of the anatomy side of it, I would say, then being a little bit deeper and more knowledgeable of the body itself.
Very technical, bro.
So that's where, because I feel like I'm like, the technicalness that I know is trial and error of what I've learned. I mean, yeah, I've read it in a book and things like that, but it still doesn't give you everything.
Right, because what works for you is not going to work for him, not going to work for her.
And so that's where I feel like I could learn just a little bit more. And then too, for like my job of selling personal training.
Yeah.
Where, I might have someone who's able to come in and maybe pitch to put somebody that I can sell, but they can. That I feel like, but and they're able to bring a little bit more of a, like when I hear people that are pretty darn good, they have more of a technical sense of like being able to be like, all right, so when you're at work, you're sitting like this, you're hunched over like this is hurting there, right? Correct. Cool. So then what we need to do is build here so that way that builds there so that you're not so hunched over like this at work. Being able to help people understand the gym for more than just the gym and using it as fitness, but how it's going to help everyday life.
So you got to learn like ergonomics and shit like that.
Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Schooling, bro.
And that's where, but that's, I mean, me having a degree in what I do and understanding life and getting to, certain levels of things like that's, I want to know more. I feel like I need to know more. And that if I can do that, I would feel a lot more. I can affect a little more.
What's the end result? Like, what do you want to do?
Then end result, I mean, I guess be
goal,
the most. Really, it's just being the most knowledgeable I can be. I guess there really is no true end result. Like if I can end up being owning a gym at some point in time, that'd be cool. Being able to, but really, it's just having that knowledge, being that knowledgeable. And I mean, that's just taking, like you said, taking time for schooling or building up more certs.
Right.
And as busy as I am right now,
it's hard to do.
I mean, people do it all the time, but I'm sitting here making excuses. Like I know people work.
Yeah, but you're working on your damn day off. You know what I mean?
So like you don't want to do anything, but that's where, I mean, if I can just get into just strictly training then and doing that, I can then get back into learning. But then again, here's my problem. I'm scared of the lack of, I'm not addicted to power.
Okay.
I'm addicted to control.
Okay.
Where the lack of control I will have in the gym almost kind of scares me because I've gone so many years of being in full control. Whether it be when I worked retail, I'm writing schedules. Like I'm building all your shit. Like I'm doing everything. Like I'm the one that had, like
you're the man.
Like that's what it is at this gym here. Like I don't write schedules or anything luckily, but I hire the trainers. I make sure I'm training them. I'm getting ready, taking care of this. I deal with a lot of customer service stuff. So it's like, I'm addicted to that.
Okay.
Like I'm addicted to the hustle and bustle of those type of things because I've done it for so long.
Sure.
But that's
Are you addicted to it or are you comfortable with it? There's a difference. I don't know if you'd be addicted to it.
I guess comfortable is good, but I feel like if I didn't have that, I would feel like I'd be itchy. But I don't know because I never have.
Okay.
Because like I've never not been in a job where I've just not had a lot.
You know, growth is done outside the comfort zone.
That's true.
That's sure.
And that's where I'm having to work on. That's where I'm battling right now of being like, yeah, like there's all sorts of like little things. Like I have a buddy who's, even talked about another job of doing something completely different. And then I can then use that time to then learn a little more and then train on my own on the side and do some things like that. Like how to have more of control over that. But
that's why TikTok is so great, dude. If you don't think that you can talk or come up with good content, just fucking work out and have somebody film you and then go in and edit it. You could type whatever you want. You don't need to say shit. Just type out and give a full, this is what I do on back day. Here's 4 videos of 4 exercises that I do, this many sets, this many reps, I did this much weight. And that's it. Fucking 1,000 views right there, 2,000 views right there. Yeah. And you just over time you make. Look, I love TikTok. Yeah. I love TikTok, and I always try to push social media on people, especially that are in good shape. It's like, dude, there's a whole fucking world that I feel like you're missing out on because the shit that you could do right now, that's my goal. I want to fucking do fitness stuff so people can follow me and find me and work out with me. You know what I mean? And you're in physical shape enough to where you could do that right now. Don't do it if you don't want to fucking do it. But that's what I wanted to know. What is your end result? Do you want to, like you said, maybe one day own your own gym? Do you want to only train people on the side after you get all your certs and stuff like that? Like,
now eventually, honestly, at this point, which is pretty sad to be at my age, I don't even know.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Why do you say it then?
Because, I feel like, because I'll say it like this. It means that I guess the way that I thought that things would be as a young person is not that.
Oh, you're supposed to be in the NFL right now then.
I thought I'd have a little bit more understanding of what my career would be at this point in time, instead of like not knowing like where I want to go, what I want to do type stuff. Like I said, like my buddy has a job opportunity to do ADT, sitting at home selling freaking what is that, house security?
Yeah,
doing something like that. So it's just like at that point where you're at a transition, I guess, where you just don't know what's up, what's down, what's left, what's right.
Like that? I don't think you'd like that, bro.
Nah, I honestly don't think I would, but I guess, I don't know.
I wouldn't like that.
Sitting at the house, I like that'd be brutal.
That's not for me, bro, because then you're always at work. If you work from home, you're always at work.
That is true. But so I don't know. I'm still trying to get it figured out, kind of going through some things. And
is your lady in the fitness industry as well?
Yeah, so she's dietitian.
See, bro, that's what I need.
She's a dietitian, so she does that where she works for an outpatient service company. But now she's getting to the point to where she's getting like she's the district manager of her company. So she doesn't even get to she doesn't even talk to people anymore. Like she's on like more of the back end, training, development, hiring, dealing with that stuff. So it's like I think she talks to people maybe for 4 hours, maybe 3 times a week.
You guys could be an industry.
That's another thing that we're like haven't dug into it quite yet. She is still learning a few things herself. I mean, she's only been in her role for about 5 years. Like she's been like, she got a degree, I guess. Yeah, she got a degree and then we moved out here. And so she's only, since we've been out here is about the time. So what is it? Maybe like 4, almost 5 years now that we've been out here. So that's her tenure of this job. And so she's one that went to school her whole life, feels like there's a few more things she wants to learn. But yeah, no, that's something that, I mean, you're not going to, until you do it, you're never going to know type shit, right?
Well, and I don't want to throw too much information out, but like, you guys want a family one day, right?
Eventually, yeah. Yeah.
So what's that going to look like? How are you going to do schooling and all that stuff when you got a little one running around?
That's very true.
That's going to be hard, bro. It's doable. Everything's doable. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to do, it's doable. But that's going to be hard too. So I feel like if you're going to strike.
Well, see, to be honest, I'm trying to work on this, As my wife keeps growing with her job, I can keep going down with mine. I'm trying to work on that house husbandship.
Okay. That's crazy.
Have me a little part-time gig, but be the house husband, bro.
Yeah, bro. Convert your garage into a gym and have clients come over.
That's what I'm saying. And that's where it's like, where training is big for me in my mind, is that like, because my wife, she's a go-getter.
Yeah.
Like she comes from a family of go-getters, and her dad who turned a company into, you know, some big things. And so she has that mentality, and you know, like that's where she's at with it, and she wants to keep doing that. And I'm like, well, shit, baby, you keep doing what you do. Let's keep growing.
I'll stay at home.
I'm almost like this. Like, do we need to get into school? Do we need to start picking up some classes?
And in the morning,
like,
I'm making waffles.
we need to do this, like, because then I think like, man, you know, like a little 20-hour week gig be cool. Yeah. That's all I'd really need then.
For
and that
sure.
Training, then I can help take care of everything else. Like, all right, I got it planned in my mind.
Papa, huh?
I got it planned in my mind. Then I can be there for all the sports. I'll just train early.
That's true too.
Man, I'm telling you, like I got thoughts. Somebody was telling me about this though.
Okay.
That dang Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know if I can sit in my car that dang long.
Well, it's not that, dude. It's not that. You're dealing with a lot of bullshit people. You're dealing with a lot of liars because they order the food, right? And then, dude, there's thousands of videos of this. They order the food, you bring it to them, you give it to them, you take your little picture or whatever, and 2 minutes later they cancel saying nobody ever brought my food. So that money comes out of your pocket.
Oh, for real?
Straight up. And if that happens too many times, they're going to tell you can't work for them. That's why you see all these videos on the internet of drivers going back to that house and being like, tell the truth, you're on camera right now. Did I deliver this food or not? Yeah, you did. All right, thank you. I'm going to send this to my boss. But you get people who... Because I drove for Lyft before back in the day. And I never had a camera set up or anything, but I had people come in, and as soon as I would pick them up and we'd get like a mile down the road, they would jump on their phone and cancel the ride. And now I'm just driving you around for free. So I like... There's been 2 times where I stopped and was like, you need to get out of my car. I know what you just did. So... that. Uber Eats, bro, it'll pay the bills. Don't get me wrong. I was in between jobs, and Lyft definitely paid the bills, and it's a lot of wear and tear on your car, bro.
No, that's the only thing that gets me, man. But this dude was selling it to me the other day, and I was just like, that shit sounds fire. Like, I just want to do that.
You could do it. You could do that, bro.
Like, man, like, because that's so. But nah, man, I think that if I just get a little bit more knowledge and just keep growing and then be able to kind of get into my own thing and kind of do it that route, I think that's probably the end all be all, because then eventually I'd hope to be able to like maybe coach some high school football or something.
That'd be dope.
Like get into some stuff like that. And,
that'd be dope.
And with what I do now, I can't do any of that.
No.
You know, like I need more time.
How many hours you putting in?
Like at PAX, at EOS, I'm probably there. Let's see. 9, 12. So probably within the first 4 days, Monday through Thursday, I could probably be anywhere from 42 to 48.
Hell yeah.
And then on Friday, depending on if I can get out early, I'll put in at least another, let's say 6 to 10 hours on a Friday.
Oh, damn.
And then I have my second job with my security I do. So that's what, 10 to 2:30, so about another 13 hours throughout the weekend.
Okay.
That I
do. You do that? Oh, you're working 7 days a week?
Well, Sundays. Only reason why I'm going to work on Sundays and I'm training this family is so that I can go to the gym. I've been slacking on going to the gym on Sundays, like because it's been a day off of like I just sleep.
Sure. Well, dude, so you're fucking exhausted.
I was like, I'm tired of not going to the gym, so I'm training a mom, dad, and son. Okay. That decided to follow me from another location. I'm not gonna just I can't tell them no. Yeah, dude, I got you. Come on. So I'm gonna train them and on Sunday mornings, and then that'll give me really Sunday afternoon. So I won't see them until 1. Oh, so I can either get into the gym and work out at 11, see them at 1, and be out by 2. After. Or I work them at 1, be out of there by maybe 3:30. Yeah. 4 o'clock at the latest. Okay. And I actually get up and I take advantage of my Sunday and not be so lazy because I've been like losing my Sundays laying around. And I don't want to do that. I don't care how busy I am. I want to still be able to take advantage of time and be up and grooving. And at least if I go to the gym, I'm there.
Does she work a normal schedule?
Yeah. Like she works she actually gets off Friday at noon.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
She's off work by Friday at noon. So she, like right now she's in Vegas. Like she was just like a week in Texas, came home for 2 days, and now she's in Vegas.
Doing what?
Her friend got graduated, so she says my wife be on like she just be going on trips. She just does.
She knows you're at home working, bro. So she don't got to worry about you.
She just goes and does her thing, but she needs those vacations, man. Like I need. So I like.
She's a hard worker, huh?
Well, no, man. You working 4.5 days a week. That's not hard working.
Then what does she need a vacation? You need a vacation.
No, but the thing is my wife is. It's because she comes from she comes from a wealthy family, and so it's one of those things where it's like not saying that they took a lot of vacations, they took a lot of trips and did all this, but she needs to get out and see people, see things, and get away from just the normal, everyday, normal hustle and bustle. I think that when it comes to like family, she needs family, and like where myself, that's not my thought. Like I ain't thinking about just popping up and be able to go take some trips and things like that.
Yeah.
For her, it's a little bit easier in her mindset. Like, oh, I could just go do this, and that's more of a forethought for her.
Okay.
And I mean, because due to it being a little bit easier for her to take advantage of that, being able to do those things. So,
when was the last time you went out?
Well, we took a little vacation. So we did we took a vacation in July and August.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So we go out, but
like a vacation or like a weekend?
It was a weekend.
Yeah, that doesn't count, bro.
Well, like we went to, like I said, we went to St. Louis for my friend's anniversary.
Okay.
They had their anniversary float trip and like kind of little party. So we were out there for that, and then quick little trip to Big Bear for the weekend.
Yeah.
So,
do you like that Vegas stuff?
I'm a fan of Vegas. Vegas is my favorite place.
We're going in November, and I haven't been in I haven't been in forever, but I don't know if that's my life anymore.
You know, I just like the people watch.
Yes.
So like because of the
that's
people
why I get
watching,
in trouble at the gym, bro. Because these chicks swear I'm staring at their asses, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to figure out what your backstory is through your pants. That's fine.
Like, but that's where like, dude, I'm straight up like I love the people watch. That's why I love the gym too, because it's a fucking.
It's like the Star Wars cantina in there, bro.
Goodness, like. It's ridiculous.
It's a whole mix of people, dude.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
that's why I love the clubs at night that I work at. Because I just get to see all sorts of.
That's all the same thing, though.
Well,
at the club, you're seeing the same person walk in over and over and over.
Yeah, it is the same.
It's
person.
the same person,
but. Not really. Everybody it's like a dog. They're the same looking, but they have different personalities.
It's like there's 4 outfits that you could choose from.
But I swear they all have some slight different personality.
Shit, bro.
That's funny.
I'm telling the truth, bro. Yeah. It is. Everybody looks the same today. Yeah. Tell me I'm lying.
No, that you like 2 girls wearing the same fucking dress damn near. Like, come on, I didn't even try.
100%.
Like, yeah, well, you know, we twinning tonight. No,
liar. That shit was on sale.
And it will go home and go back later.
Yeah. Why is your tag still on?
But that's
bro. I don't know, man. I don't do that kind of stuff anymore. So I'm trying to see if
Vegas will be fun. Like I said, I think it'll be fun because of the people watching. I mean, and like honestly,
I don't gamble like that.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I honestly just like to walk the strip. Like especially when we were in.
Oh shit! I'm going to the casino today. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, I think. Have you been down to the old spot?
Yeah, what's it called? Fremont?
Fremont.
Yeah.
I think that was actually one of my more favorite spots.
Fremont's cool when you can watch the like live concerts and stuff upstage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's a pretty cool.
See, I want to lose enough weight to do that zip line. Just to do it.
See, I fuck that shit.
Why?
No,
you're like 8 feet off the ground, bro.
Man, that is true, but I mean, I don't
even know if that's high enough to break anything.
I'm not good with like height.
8 feet.
You still like that's not gonna look higher than 8 feet. I remember looking out watching people. Hey, I'm not the best. Even in like roller coasters where you're still stuck in, I'm still like.
I'm telling you, dude. Once I lose enough weight, bro, you're not gonna be able to keep me on the ground. I'm gonna be doing shit like crazy, bro. I want all the roller. I want all the smoke, dude. All of it. I want all of it, and I don't even like that stuff.
Hey, but
I'm terrified to skydive, but you better believe when I fit that damn parachute, we're going.
Deal. Hey, let me know because I'll be out there. I want to go parachute. That's the one thing I'm scared of.
You'll have to talk me into it. I know I'm talking a big game right now, but you'll have to talk me into it.
That's the one thing, like as scary as I am a lot of things, I would like to go do some shit like that. Because the first time is with somebody.
First couple times. Like 10 times you're strapped in with something. Well, because you gotta be good enough to go on your own. Gotcha. So like the first 5 times they're doing all the work, right? Yep. Then like the last 10 times you're doing most of the work.
Got you.
And then once you become good enough, then you could jump on your own. Then you got to do like 150 jumps on your own before you can teach somebody else. Like it's a whole structured deal. You don't just get to.
Yeah, so I didn't know how many times you had to be with somebody at first, but
those aren't the exact numbers.
Well, no, that makes sense. Bullshit. Like you need to be a lot, because you know what I think about is if you jump out there and you just start and you can't stop yourself, like you're through.
It's done. How do you can't survive that, bro? Mm-mm. Well, I mean, there's people that survive it, but
you're equal.
I'm not surviving.
I'm not like you don't even think about pulling it. Oh no, I don't even.
If you start spinning fast enough, you're gonna pass out from G-force, dude, and you're dead before you even hit the ground. That sucks.
Yeah.
But we'll do it.
Definitely want that. That would be kind of cool.
Nah, we'll do it, bro. Do you what was I gonna ask you? Oh, you know what happened to me today? Let me tell you a little something. Somebody jumped on my TikTok and was fucking talking shit because they don't think that my weight loss progress is moving fast enough for them. So they told me that last week I lost 9 pounds. This week I lost 3 pounds, and that shit's not fast enough for them. I hit 455 today. I started when I was 550. You're telling me that shit's not fast? Like, how fast am I supposed to be going? So my question to you is, what's a healthy way to be losing weight?
Man,
am I doing it right? Because apparently I'm not.
Hell no. Here's the thing. That dude, whoever said that.
Oh, no profile picture, no videos up, no followers, no nothing. The thing
is this, man, because the thing about losing the weight too is like you got joints, you got all that stuff that you have to worry about. And if you just go out there and just go try blazing, you're going to murder out all of that.
Yeah.
Like, so it takes, like I said, like I have, like I said, my young lady I work with, like, you know, I tell like they want to be real. It's like this is gonna be probably over a year journey.
At least, dude.
This is at least a year, and then over that, because it's all about then maintaining past that.
It's forever.
And so, like when we do measurements and things like that, sometimes the measurements just aren't always what we wanted to see. Like and things and don't get me wrong, it could be a little bit demotivating. Could be definitely like if you want to say a slap in the face. I'll put it this way: it kind of makes me feel bad because I'm like, damn, am I doing my job? But when I see, you know, when I look at clothes fitting different, and I can tell that the level of flexibility is better, and all of these things are happening. Fuck that, weight's gonna come.
Energy, bro. I don't even care. Like, if I do go another 3 weeks and I haven't lost any weight, I feel so much better than I did 100 pounds ago that it's fucking, I don't care. Because I have to do this forever, just like you said. You know what I mean? And it's a whole ass lifestyle change. So that's
something like that. When it's a lifestyle changes don't happen overnight. Like,
no, bro. No. Like, I tell everybody I'm on a 30-year bulking phase, and it's been going great, bro. So now it's time to cut and we'll see what we can do. 30-year off season, bro.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but he wants me like, what is quick to you then?
Man, I'm telling you, sometimes there's too quick. All right, so here's the thing. So I got a buddy.
Okay.
He was at 330 pounds, offensive lineman, maybe a little more than that.
Okay.
And he started going on his journey. He started doing a lot of cardio. I mean, granted, he was a football player, so he had that. His body was accustomed to the hustle and bustle, the grind of running, sprinting, doing all this shit. All right. So with him, what he did is he got into just cutting it off.
Okay.
Doing everything he can.
Cardio
all day, not much weightlifting, just trying to burn off as much fat. Well, he burnt it off pretty quick. And he has a lot of loose skin.
Yeah.
And his thing is this, where he says, where he's angry, and now that the things that he has learned within his coaching or within being a trainer, that it didn't have to be that way.
Sure.
That the amount of loose skin that he has might not have been that much if he'd have gone about what he did a little bit more structured and a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Because now he's on a journey where my man's is looking good. I'm talking muscle is, but you can't really see it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can, and it's to the point to where you can see it.
You can see it, but you're looking at this instead.
Well, not even that.
That's okay.
It's not even that you're looking at something else. It's like you can see the muscle pushing, but then you can see how this droops down because of that loose skin here. But you can still see the muscle pushing out. So it's just like, it's almost like you see both at the same time. And if there was not that other, that would just be that much more of a bigger look. Yeah. And so what he's doing now is he's on his journey of, I'm going to try to do it without surgery. Can I tighten my skin up without surgery? So he knows that he's eventually going. He said, I know I'm probably going to eventually have to have some sort of surgery.
Okay,
I know that. But right now, I'm gonna just go through and I'm gonna keep battling and keep going and keep seeing what I can do on building this muscle and try to see how much I can offset.
I mean, you have to get just as big.
He's getting pretty damn big.
Is he? Okay.
He's probably pushing around 230, 240. But he's a vegetarian too. He's actually gone and gotten into becoming a vegetarian. And I don't say that's the way that anybody needs to do it, but it has worked for him.
Sure. But it cuts down a lot of inflammation and stuff.
Going back into speed, sometimes it is too fast.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have loose skin, bro. It's just what it is. Mm-hmm. You don't get to be 550 and then cut down to whatever. Mm-hmm. Your boy's at 330 or was at 330?
He was at that,
That's fucking goal weight, dude. I can't wait till I get to 330. You know what I mean? I'm going to have so much loose skin that I'm going to look like chewed bubblegum. But what do? It's either you got loose skin or you die early. You know what I mean? I don't want to die, bro. I'm not trying to die yet.
Yep.
So I know my nipples are going to be fucking down here. I know I'm going to have to stuff some shit in my pants, but I'm alive. You know what I mean? And then I'll get that surgery one day, and everybody's like, well, what about the scars and this and that? I'm going to fucking cover myself in tattoos. I don't give a shit. I'm going to look cool. I'm going to look better. I'm going to feel better. But
do you have a goal weight, like a specific
no, because
goal?
I don't know. I mean, if I look good at 300, dude, and I feel good, I'll fucking stay at 300.
Got you.
If I might want to see what 240 feels like.
Then we can turn you into a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And then you can just start powerlifting.
Well, I grew up that way.
Not even bodybuild, turn you into powerlifting, and then you can just start powerlifting.
Yeah.
See if you can start benching like 500-600 pounds.
That'd be crazy.
Turn it around then.
Could I look like you by the time I'm your age?
By 37? I would say honestly, you're 30?
I'm about to be 30.
Fuck yeah, that's 7 years, bro.
Right.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Like, how long has your journey been going so far?
For real? Since January.
That's all?
Yeah. For real.
Right. Like,
now, I've dieted my whole life.
But actually, finally turning it down.
Hammering it down, dude, since January.
That's all.
That's it.
And you've lost that much weight? Mm-hmm. That's less than 12. That's 8 months.
Mm-hmm. In 9 months, yeah.
That's legit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, so, honestly.
But I have that to lose.
Yeah, you do. But here's the thing, though. It's easy to lose, but then also still fucking hard. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it could come off. I hate when they say, yeah, well, you got it there to lose. Like, they used to say it for wrestling and shit like that. Okay, well, I get it. Okay, yeah, I do have it there to use. But it's still fucking hard.
Fuck yeah.
I still got to put the work in. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of sacrifice, bro.
It's like, dude, it's not like I can just go out there and do nothing and it just falls off. Like, I still got to do the work. I don't care that it comes off easy.
And that's why about my TikTok and my social media, dude, I post when I hurt my knee, right? I hurt my knee at work. And I couldn't move for a week, and I took a week off the gym, and I gained 10 pounds in that week because all I did was sleep, sit, and eat. And I remember I texted my buddy Derek. I just talked about this last episode, and I told him, dude, I'm tired of this. I just took a shower after 3 days of fucking depression. So people that don't understand depression, dude, they don't get. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I've been so fat for so long that as soon as I hurt myself, I was like, this is it. My mind went there like that, and I was like, I'm never going to be able to. I'm just going to be fat forever. Dude, I'm telling you, the second I fucking hurt myself and I'm getting x-rays at the urgent care, I'm like, I need to just give up. My mental is fucked, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's getting stronger then.
Well, it took a week for me to come back, and then, like I said, in 4 days, I lost 9 pounds.
Well, but also, that, and hopefully you can help yourself understand that taking those days off aren't as bad. You know what I mean?
It really wasn't, bro.
You know, yeah, you're going to gain a little bit. Like, I know if I take 4 or 5 days off, I'm not going to look as tight as I do before. Yeah. You know, but, you got to do it.
Yeah. I get it.
And so now that, you lost 9, like you said, you gained 10, you lost 9 already, and then it's just going to keep flying off even more.
Yeah, it's just, I'm steady losing now because I'm back on track. My eating is perfect.
And then, too, sometimes your body needs that to reset. Mm-hmm. Like it's like myself. I used to pride myself on going to the gym every day. 12 20, 25, 30 days straight. Y'all, like I went a whole week straight to the gym. I'm the man. Like, no, right. I'm fucking stupid. Like, no, you're not the man, dude.
Okay.
You're a fucking idiot. Like, there's no reason for that. Now, if I was going to the gym and doing like an active cardio, like something where I'm going in for mobility, stretching, things like that, and I go every day, cool. Yeah. But I'm going in there trying to, to pump and rip muscles up. Like, nah, man, like that's stupid. Like,
I'll tell you what, I did take that week off, and when I came back, Mondays are chest day. Monday's International Chest Day. I had one of the nastiest chest sessions I ever had taking that week off. I was just throwing weight like a madman, and it felt good.
Yep.
Maybe I'll just do that every now and then.
You have to, man. Like, and it's hard. Like, I'm not gonna front. Like, taking days off are the worst to me. Like I talk about it like it's like detrimental or something. Like, yeah. But when you do, especially when it's like taking 2 and 3 days off, that just eats up your psyche. But when you come back, like I love like when I have to go on vacation and I can't help but take like 5-6 days off. Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm looking small throughout the time, but when I come back and I get that pump, like you said, it always feels like the very first pump.
What's wrong with us that we think that way, dude? Because you're obviously in phenomenal shape. In my opinion, I'm not. But I'm doing good, you're doing good, and then the second we have a small little slip that we build up in our head, what's wrong with us? Why do we beat ourselves up so much?
Man, it's that scare of going back.
You're in great fucking shape, dude.
Yeah, but I'm also like but like you say, if I cut down a little bit, I gain or I lose a little bit of look here or a little bit of size there. So it's a mind fuck.
Do you? No. So me as a big person, I told you that when I took that week off, I got body dysmorphia like a motherfucker, dude. You're in good shape. Your people's dream body.
I tell people all day.
Do you think you still have body dysmorphia?
Oh man, I if you ask me, my body does not look that good.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like from what I want, from where my mindset is at, I got too much body fat.
Are you ever gonna get there though? Realistically, because what if you get there and you're like, now this is the next move? Because I feel like you want to look like fucking 1980s Lee Haney.
And that's the scary thing, is that I don't know if I'll ever get there. I think I think what I'm going to need to do is I need to buckle down, lean out a little bit. No, because if I lean out, then I'm going to get smaller and it's going to fuck with my brains. And I'm going to feel it. Well, no, let me take it back.
Do you even need me for this conversation?
If you lean out, you are going to look bigger.
Okay.
But when you lean out, you lose a little muscle.
Right.
So I think that's where I like the fullness look of the muscle. That if I start to try to get a little bit more leaner, because I'm like about 220 maybe, and that means that's going to put me, for me to kind of look pretty decent, I'm going to be closer to 200.
220?
About 215, 220.
How tall are you?
5'11".
Are you? I thought you were like 240, 245.
No, shit, I wish.
You're big, dude. Yeah, you're not a little guy.
Thank you. Like,
I mean, you're a big dude.
No, it's like I do have a bigger look than what I am. My coach was saying that before too. It's like, man,
I thought you were like 240, 245.
He said one time, he's like, man, how much you weigh? And I told him, I was like, 220, 225. He's like, man, you have that. You look like you're about 235, 240. That's what we want.
You know why? You're thick from the back to the chest. That's why you're thick.
And my traps have always been one of my spots. So like in college, like all day, I was a smaller linebacker. Right. So for me, when I was going up through college and in high school, I was always working like my neck. Neck was huge. I don't have the thickest neck here, but I was doing a lot of these right here. Right. And so it built up that. And my dad, he has a frame of having kind of a bigger trap area. Yeah. So I think it's just the genetics of it too. But like, I think my traps is what gives me the illusion of looking heavier than what I actually am.
But you have good genetics, dude, because you have legs that match the upper. A lot of people, when you see they got the big stocky top, they're lacking on the bottom. But you're proportionate
but
all
also,
around.
But I grew up on legs, so my upper body has had to catch up to my lower body.
Okay.
Like I was that kid like in high school where everybody's like, let's go to the bench press.
You're like, let's squat, bro.
And I'm over on the squat rack.
Yeah.
And where kids are doing a little baby squats, I'm all the way down.
Ass to grass, dog.
like doing it that way. So I've always been more of a give me some deadlifts, let's do some power cleans, let's do some squats over let's do some bench press and some inclines or some dumbbell curls. I was never into upper body.
Okay.
Which I wish I was a little bit more into it, and now
you got that prison body, bro.
Now my upper body has kicked, and now I don't know. My upper body's actually kind of taking over my lower body a little bit. So
okay, but that's how you want it.
No,
you want to be V'd out, don't you?
Well, I want my quads aren't big enough. Like that's what I want.
Dorian Yates quads,
man,
bro.
I just need them falling off the side a little bit, and then my thighs are different sizes because I had surgery. I had knee surgery, so that's atrophy.
Not funny, bro. I don't want them.
that atrophy fucked it up. No, it is like because even you can even see my calves.
Okay,
like you can tell
a little bit.
That one to that one, it's like that muscle comes out a lot thicker.
I see.
Than that muscle.
What surgery did you have?
ACL.
Oh, right. It fucked you up that bad, huh,
dude? I fucking a month and a half off.
Wow.
I was like, what? Like it took away my freaking quad muscle that bad?
Damn.
Yeah.
And you've had a hell of a time building it back up. Are you still hurting?
Like 5 years since I've had that surgery.
Does it still
Dude, I got something in this knee that's not right, but I mean, even after the surgery, like I'm the type of person, and that's what
Fuck it, right?
I'll just push through it.
Me too. Until I'm so badly hurt that I have to go to the doctor now.
Like I'll just like this knee I tore, never got it taken care of.
Yep. I floated both my kneecaps, never taken care of. And therefore, dude, I'll move that fucker up here if I want to. They're hurt. My knees are hurt. And then, so I told you I hurt myself at work.
Yep.
And I had small tears in my patellar tendon with water floating on there, right? Nothing. I just know that.
Yep.
I just, all the x-rays did was tell me what's wrong with me. I'm not going to go get it taken care of because I'm a dumbass. But because in high school, that's all I was doing. I want to see how much I can squat. I want to see how much I can, you know what I mean? Leg press was big in my fucking school. How many 45s? Let's do all the 45s, all the 35s, and then Jamie Chester, I need you to sit up top. Yeah, bro. I fucked my legs up. I fucked my knees up bad. Just being so heavy, just moving around. I wish that I could see what my muscle density in my legs look like from having to carry myself around all day. I wish I could just see what they looked like with no fat on them. Because I bet, dude. I bet I'm fucking solid.
That's all. That's why you just got to keep slimming it down or kind of getting the body fat down. That shit's going to be popping.
Yeah. But you think I could do it 7 years?
Oh, 7 years. You could definitely do that. Now.
Could I do it in 5?
At the pace that you're at now, yes.
Okay.
Because you got to think, you've lost over 100 pounds or at 100 pounds.
Yeah, 95 pounds.
In less than a year. Like, that's fucking 9 months. We still have 3 more months. Think about how much more you could do within this time.
Yeah.
So then once you get to the full year,
but it's holidays, bro. Holidays
here's the thing. It is holidays, but this is where you really, because you never had to do this, right? Through holidays.
No, but I'm not preparing for a show or any fucking thing.
So here's the thing. That's why I'm saying for you, this is really going to challenge you and really show you where it's at. The holidays is the hardest spot, but motivate yourself on this. If I get through the holidays and be, I'd say if you can end the year at like 100 and what did you expect to end the year at? What was your thought process when you first started? Did you have
I didn't have.
Okay.
I didn't. I got a chart out there that I'll show you. All I did was from the time that I started doing my TikTok, I was 537 when I started doing TikTok, and then I put down 100 pounds on a chart, and I just mark off all the weight that I've lost. So I wanted to lose 100 pounds in that year.
Got you. So so you're already ahead of
5 more pounds, and I did it.
You're already ahead of schedule, and that's we still got a long time.
Yeah,
in the year left. So
4 months.
I mean, there's the holidays coming up, but I don't think that's going to change anything. Or what I'm going to say is, don't allow that to change anything. Is all I can say, because it can. Don't get me wrong. Like I talk to people all day. Like I tell people right now, like this is probably the best time for you to ever get a coach. And the reason why is because you're probably not going to make it through the holidays. You're probably going to go and start hanging out with family, missing the gym, eating here, doing that, maybe going on some vacations. Like, I get it. Shit, it's Christmas and Thanksgiving. But if you can make it in the gym as regular as you did before that came around, you'll be in the gym in January 1. Yeah. Now, if you take too much time,
January 1.
Well, no, not necessarily. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you take too much, if you're in the gym from January to October, you take November to December off. Those cats don't come back until May, June, July.
That's true.
The only people that come back in January are in January are the ones that haven't been in the gym ever, or the cats that are diehards.
That's true.
So that's why I say you make it through the holiday, because sometimes it takes a little harder to get back if you don't.
That's a fair point too. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, so I always tell people, like, man, this is probably the best time to get a coach, because it's going to help you to learn structure on how to get to the gym while you're still dealing with all these other stuff going on.
But still, you have to hold yourself accountable. Just because you get a trainer doesn't mean that they're going to fucking call you and be like, where you at? Where are you? How come you're not here?
And that's like, the problem is like, this is what kills me about what I do sometimes, is that's how it should be.
Okay.
And it's tough to micromanage that. You know what I'm saying? It's tough to micromanage that. Like, if that was what I was doing, where you at? Yeah. Like, I do that with my people that I have. Like, what's going on? I ain't seen you in a hot minute. Hell, I do that with people I haven't seen. Okay. That I know that I might have sold some PT to that I'm not seeing. Hey, what's going on? Where you been? What you doing? Okay. So, granted, it's hard. In the kind of the setting, the way we do, because if I can get to a point to where I can do something where, say, I have 10 people, see them maybe three times a week. Okay. Maybe I can charge them $300 a month. Okay. All right. Now you're gonna see your coach 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, 3, 6, 9. You're gonna see your coach 12 times. Right. In the month. 3 times a week. We're gonna work on nutrition. We're gonna go through all that. You're gonna get workouts for the days that you don't work out, all of that good stuff. For $300 a month, I think that's a really good little program. And so it's like, if I could do that, have about 10 people, that's all I need.
Truth is, dude, and I'm not making excuses, but $300 a month is hard for some people.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely.
It's hard.
Oh,
for a lot of people, it's not going to happen.
Oh man, and that's why it's like, that's why when it comes to some of our certain programs on what we have at our gym, it's actually really feasible on a lot of stuff. Like a $168 to see your coach once a week, that's going to help you with some stuff. Like, I think that's a pretty awesome little deal, because it's like $42 for that 30-minute session. Right. When a lot of places you can go for a 30-minute session is going to cost you damn near $50. True. In some places. But no, don't get me wrong. Like, that's it, and that's where I had to find that person. Find that person that's able to do that. But even if it was something where it's around $250 and I see you twice a week or something, like, there's definitely different ways to set up different programs. But I'm like, that's what I would like to eventually get to, where it's something like that. I'm in more of a little better control of it, or even sit there and kind of go back and forth and see what can be done. True. Like, sit down and just shoot numbers. Like, what can you do? Like, if we were to budget, what would be the best budget? Okay, so this is what you can budget. This is the program that we can do. Like, build a program. It's hard to know that, though, around what somebody's budget is.
It's hard to know.
Well, no, like, and that's what I say. Be the coach that understands how programs work, and then someone tells you what they can do, and then you're able to build the program around that. Yeah. So be a little bit more, not this is the program, this is what you have to do. What can you do? How much would you be able to do? Now let's build a program around what you're able to do.
True. I get it.
Like, I mean, that I don't know how business, that's maybe not a good business motto. You know what I mean? Maybe you're not going to make a lot of money, but I feel that could be a good way to go about doing things. Sure. Maybe help somebody see some things a little different. And then honestly, people would pull more money out that they actually have. Like,
I think people would be more inclined to deal with somebody who's willing to work with them, rather than somebody's like, nope, 300, that's it.
This is it.
Yep.
You know, but if you could, all right, let's check this out. Let's, break it down a little bit. Hey, what do we spend here? What do we spend there? Do a little bit of a budget talk. See what we're doing. See how we're going about it.
Yeah, maybe we get rid of that Netflix for a little bit.
Just, just a quick little sacrifice for a little bit amount of time that might work, whatever it be, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, whatever. At least 3 months is how I feel. Something like that where, you can work it around that. I don't know. That's the kind of motto I wish I could do.
Yeah.
I could have at a gym, and just kind of, we work around your budget.
The eating is where I wish I could find somebody that just like took my blood real quick and was like, okay, you need to have 17 bites of this apple at this time, and you need to eat 4 pieces of chicken right here.
That easy.
Dude, I've always wanted to see a nutritionist. I just don't know how that works.
Here's the problem with nutritionists.
All right. Wifey, don't listen.
And if there's nutrition out there, I'm sorry. Sometimes, unless you're building meal plans, I don't know what you are even doing.
Really?
Bro, I tell my wife, what do you do? Do you build meal plans? No. Well, we talked to them about how they should do, how they should go about doing things, and what's better options, and ask what they eat. And
well, that's what Google's for.
Baby, that's what I do every day.
Right.
You telling me that's what you get paid? So and then she gets real mad because she's like, for out of pocket person, like $100.
Oh, wow.
Out of their pocket. Like if they don't have an insurance with it, $100. So I'm like, so you're telling me that somebody's going to pay you $100 just to sit there?
You're in the wrong business, bro.
To them about food? Like you're not even like building a plan real quick or showing. You're just helping educate them about food. Like, you're not helping me. Like, I'm sorry. Like, people call, like, and y'all just talking about what? Now, don't get me wrong. There's other situations where they have to help out with, like, say if they're going to be going in for a, like if they're, cutting down some of the stomach or whatever, they have to go to a nutritionist or something like that.
Okay.
Or if you're doing something that you're...
But still, isn't it just knowledge? Can't you YouTube this? Be honest, bro.
The thing is, just like every service, people don't want to. And it is pretty in-depth. Like, I will say this, when it comes to, like, say, someone who has to get tube fed. So she does have to break down numbers, look into this, look into that, and be able to like break down. Now, when it comes to tube feeding, they kind of get more into a kind of a program or a food routine, because they have to tell them like, hey, they need to be getting this amount of this amount of that. That's going to help them do this. Because she was telling me how she was trying to help a tube feed gain weight.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And like, she's like, I needed to give them 2 somethings of this instead of just the one he was getting, but this person only wanted to give him 1, but I said they needed 2.
Okay.
It's a lot of stuff. So they do know a lot, but like, I just feel like I still feel like y'all could do a little more.
But if people are finding what they need out of the services, then cool.
And it's still kicking, and they growing new places, and I mean, she keeps moving up in the company, so I guess it's a need.
Yeah.
So but I just sometimes think, like, when I hear her talking, I'm like, all you're doing is just giving them ideas.
I do that.
Like, are you serious? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you went to school and get paid to do that? Like, man, I'm about to switch this over.
This is my favorite question to ask, and then we're going to wrap things up. But I want to ask you, you got a little bit of life under your belt. You've made some mistakes. You've made proper decisions. You know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily going back in time to talk to you or give yourself advice, but if you got a young buck who's walking up to you these days and is like, hey, I need some direction, what's the best piece of advice you can give somebody like that?
Trust yourself, believe in yourself. That's the first thing, because if you don't even have that, you're not even going to try.
Oh, shit.
So make sure that you have faith in your own self, because that's going to be the hugest. There's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to have faith in you. There's going to be people that are not going to trust you.
That's a given.
And so as long as you don't fall into the thought process of maybe I'm not this or maybe I'm not that, you're going to stay on a track that I feel will fulfill the needs that you want, or that fulfill what you're looking to get.
Okay.
Because and I say that because I think it's some of the things that I say it because I feel like that's something that I struggle with.
Wow.
Of believing in
Even
myself.
still?
to this day.
Okay.
And I think that when I have buckled down and been a little stronger on the belief in myself, that's when I felt things were better. I felt myself moving smoother and in a sense, life being easier.
Okay.
So I think that that's the biggest thing, is first starting with yourself. And then from there,
there is that security that you build. Like, if anything else, I can trust me. That's good. That's
all we got.
That is good.
Like, and I mean, because I've been, like you said, I've got some life. I've been around, moved around, done this, done that. And then the one thing that has been a constant within all of that is myself.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
yeah, you've had your back the longest.
Hey,
well,
even as much as you love family,
yeah,
as much as you love everything,
right?
They might not be there, but you are.
Damn.
So trust and believe in yourself, and make sure you can go about that way. And I think that will help to pedestal more things.
That's going to be my bite that I put out on TikTok, dude. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I appreciate you taking the time and coming out here and sharing a little bit of experience, man.
Hey, dude, I don't know if this went the route you wanted, but I'm very
100%.
thankful, man. This is awesome.
I really appreciate it, dude. Maybe one day I can have you back on and we can talk a little more.
Hey, I'm all about it anytime.
All right, dude.
That's cool.
Later, everybody. Have a good day.
Guys. Thank you.